All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We the brothers from Great Millstone Atlanta Church coming back at you the spirit with another lesson. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh
Yahusha.
Shai, Bahashem, the Kodash. Also, double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace, love, and salutations to those men out there that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. And, we just wanted to go into real quick how, our captors, the one that keeps us in captivity, his level of oppression and his lack of mercy is what's going to lead to him to where he ain't going to get no mercy in the kingdom. You see? And if you look at the devil's behavior, you look at how he moves and how he treats the people that he rules over. What's going on right now in the world with the Crown Royale and the Maxine Waters. You see that he's forcing everybody to take that shit and knowing that the people know what it does to them now. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm in the middle of something right quick.
He knows that this shit was created and designed to take people out. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm speaking in code, but it's because he don't want us to tell y'all. So he systematically takes down our videos. But for people that are in the know, you know what I'm talking about. All right. And this is just an act of no mercy, man. No fucking mercy. No relentless destruction and death and killing. That's the nature of this devil. So without further ado, you want to go ahead and bring out that precept out.
All right, this is James 2:13. It says, "For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment."
You see that? So mercy is like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because now that judgment is being exercised against him that hadn't showed no mercy. When you have the ability to do good and to do well by certain people, you opted out of that. You chose to be super oppressive, to be to create a culture of death, to create a culture of destruction, not just among Jake, but mostly among Jake, but throughout the rest of the world. Even those that you are confederate against, you oppress, and you don't show any mercy. And that's why the world is starting to turn its back and see you for who you are, because you don't show mercy, man. You cannot say, okay, enough is enough is enough. You got something up?
Yeah, I got some. This is Isaiah 47:6. It says, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." All right. And let me go to verse 7. "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." So Esau thinks that he's just going to rule forever. He's going to go in with his AI. He's going to go in with his NWO fourth industrial revolutionary plans. But what the Lord remembers, the Lord put us in this captivity so we can remember the Most High. But the Most High remembers Esau's iniquity towards the Israelites, man.
Yeah, because Esau, you got a tendency to take things too far, man. And I'm gonna bring out this precept right here. This is Zechariah 1:15. It says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was a little displeased." So out of all the shit Israel had did to the Lord, it's where Yahweh Shai had to come down and be sacrificed in order to redeem us and buy us back to the Heavenly Father. The Lord said he was, out of all that shit, I'm just a little displeased with y'all. I was mad at y'all, but it was just a little. I just wanted to shake y'all up a little bit, so y'all know what was really going on, And it says, but he's sore displeased with the heathen. So the Lord being a little displeased, he sicked the most wicked of the wickedest of wicked men upon us to put it in the harshest captivity known to men, to put the world under his rulership, right? And he was just a little displeased with us. He said he's so displeased with you, all right? It says, I am very sore, Zechariah 1:15, it says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that is at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. You see that?
Yeah, I got an example here of forwarding the affliction, man.
Go ahead.
Hey, just a basic, hey, the Sergeant Rob Amov did this class a couple years ago, if I don't remember, about the atrocities of Esau. And it goes into Derby's dose. I'm going to read a little paragraph. It says, Derby's dose was a form of torture used in Jamaica to punish slaves who attempted to escape or committed other offenses like stealing food. According to Malcolm Gladwell in his 2008 book, Outliers, the runaway will be beaten and salt pickle, lime juice, and bird pepper will be rubbed into his or her open wounds. So obviously they would get beaten. Another slave would defecate into the mouth of the miscreant, who would then be gagged with their mouth full for 4 to 5 hours. The punishment was invented by Thomas Thistlewood, a slave overseer, and named after the slave, Derby. So that goes into forwarding the affliction, man. There's laws in the scriptures about slavery, man. And this devil says that he's God-fearing and, and God we trust. But if you could type up Derby's dose, DERBY''S dose, DOSE, this is actually documented. And this is the stuff that Esau has to pay for. We didn't have when Israelites had slaves of their own, they didn't do that to them, man. There were certain laws on slavery and there was a certain time release. I think it was like 7 years that they had to, I think in the scriptures, I think it was Jacob. All right. He was a servant for a few years, I believe. But this is just forwarding the affliction, man. This is going too far. This is what you get with the base man.
And you know what? I got another example since you had brought that one out. I want to bring up another example since the brother brought that out. It's called buck breaking. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, this is another example of forwarding the affliction. I mean, because what extreme do you have to go to get somebody to acquiesce, right? So buck breaking refers to the act of sexually abusing black slaves publicly in front of other slaves in order to assert dominance, punishing them and ultimately emasculating them. This sometimes painted to be a closet gay slave owner way of acting out their repressed sexual urges, which were largely criminal at the time. There was a debate to whether or not buck breaking existed and how popular it was, with a little historical evidence surrounding it in 2021 documentary. So basically, what buck breaking was if a slave was off, because it doesn't really go into, it's a warning on this site, and it doesn't go into the breakdown of because of how disgusting it was, but it says publicly sexually emasculating men, so you can understand what that means. What they would do is they would tie a man to a tree and have all the other slaves come around and watch. They would pull his pants down and rape him up the bunghole, you know what I'm saying, while all the other slaves watch. And then after that, they would make him, and this is where sagging truly comes from. Then they would make him walk around the slave quarters with his pants hanging half down his ass, so everyone would know that he'd just been broken. So that's really where sagging comes from. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks that it comes from prison, but really no, it comes from buck breaking. So this is a cruel and unmerciful act, man. That shit is cruel. Like just put the man to death, man.
Right.
That's putting the man to death is more merciful than doing that shit, man. But this is the man that's in rulership right now, and that's why the scriptures talk about he's not gonna get no mercy in the kingdom. You got it out.
I got a precept right quick. I believe it's in Amos. Let me get it right quick. This is Amos 1:10. And it reads, Amos 1:11, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and he did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So verse 12, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the places of Bozrah. All right, the Lord is going to bring judgment All right, upon the merciless, Esau Edom for his pursuing Jacob, his brother. You know, Esau's our wicked ass brother with the sword. Ever since you know, Isaac passed away, all right, according to the scriptures, that's when Esau determined he was going to go after his brother. And he's been doing that, like we just mentioned, these cruel, heinous acts that Esau been doing, man. You know, he's been continually going to war against Jacob, and you see that happening in 2022, man. All right, you continue to see that happen. Any presidency, whether it be here or different places in the world, it's going against Jake. You know, you have these different summits, these different world leaders. That's crafty counsel against Jacob, the Israelites, man. So, hey, there's a punishment for Esau, man. He didn't show no mercy, and the Lord's not going to show his ass no mercy.
Time. Yeah, man. The Lord ain't going to show him no mercy, and rightfully so. Give me 1 second. I got to plug my charger up before my computer dies, and then it cuts off our stream. All right, there we go. All right, I got a precept too. This is I'm gonna just bring out the whole thing because there's another precept in here that I wanted to get. This is Revelation 13:7. It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and overcome them, and the power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. You see that? So this devil is in a constant state of war with the saints of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So when you think about, we're not at war with him. He's at war with us. We don't have any power. We don't have any might. So how can we be at war with somebody that we don't have any power to fight? We're just oppressed. You see what I'm saying? We don't have any power to fight this devil. But this devil hates us. And he hates us because he gave up, like the brother mentioned earlier, he gave up his birthright. Well, he talked about how ever since his father died, he wanted to put Jacob to death, but that was because he gave up his birthright. How you gonna sell your birthright, which was the kingdom? Your birthright was the kingdom of heaven. You sold it for a morsel of meat, and then when the time came for you to claim it, the Lord made it to where you couldn't get it. Well, you sold it. So you mad at me because you sold it to me? You know, Jacob could have just been playing. Jacob could have just been like, hey, bro, shit, man, you want some of these lentils, man? Hey, sell me your birthright, bro. You know, just saying it jokingly. And Esau, yeah, you can have that shit, man. I want my damn birthright. He's like, oh. And he's thinking to himself, shit, man, I was just playing. But okay. You know? And then from that day forward, you hated your birthright. All you had to do was say no. And guess what Jacob would have did? He still would have gave you some of the lentils. He was your brother, man. But you mad at him because of what the Lord set up? You know? So it says, and they that dwell upon the verse 8, it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall worship him whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So this is the cut to everyone who think that they can be saved, because everybody's name ain't written in the book of life. All right? Only the elect and the 1/3. And it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So we go into this particular precept all of the time when we talk about how we were led into captivity by this devil, we were kept under his foot and all that stuff, and he has to pay for that. Why is it that he cannot pay for this? And for all of you people out there who say, well, you know, we need to get over it. Why? Well, then why is he prosecuting all of our people for our petty crimes that we do? How come he can't get over that shit? You know? But nevertheless, when we want to have revenge on this devil for what he's done to us, we're the ones with the problem. But he can just get along to be along, and we can't. You know, that just shows you the mindset of a lot of y'all jakes out there. But this devil has to pay. He cannot get away with what he's done. Look at what he's done to the earth. Look at what he's done to the family. Look at what he's done to the food. Look at what he's done to the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai by painting this abominable Sidra Jir over him. You know what I'm saying? Look at what he's done to everything. So you mean to tell me there's no recompense for that? There's nothing. So he get a pass. He gets to go into the kingdom of heaven after he did all the evil he done. But y'all. I mean, I just don't understand why you think like that. You know, You got some guy, you let him into your house, right? And you trying to break bread with this nigga. He start going in your cabinets, throwing your dishes out the cabinet. You know what I'm saying? He take the food that's on the stove and throw it on the floor. Ain't nothing, nobody did nothing to him. He start turning your couches over, you know? He take your TV and slam your TV up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? He take, he start busting out your windows, and he do all this shit within the time that he's in your house. You go upstairs to do something, you come back down and your house is a wreck. You're gonna invite this nigga in, once you clean your house up, you're gonna invite this nigga back? That's exactly what y'all fools are saying when y'all saying this devil can get into the kingdom. This devil done wrecked the world, man. He done wrecked the earth. He done wrecked everything. He done wrecked life. And you're gonna invite him back into the kingdom after we rebuild it? You're gonna bring this nigga back and say he can come along with us? The one that destroyed the first earth? Ain't never been no captivity. Ain't never been nothing like it's been since Esau's rulership. This is just like the time of Noah, man. And it's gonna be worse because the Lord is gonna burn this place. Fire is a way worse destruction than water. Things can come back from water, but once you take this bottle and you melt this shit down into dust, it's dust. You're not bringing that back. So the Lord said he gonna burn Babylon from sea to sign and sea, man. It ain't coming back. Way worse destruction. The land will not be healed. You got it out.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and God requireth that which is past. So you can't be in this just get over it statement. You know, God, the Most High requires what we did in the past. All right, he's gonna require what Esau did in the past, man. And there's all types of judgment on Esau, man. All right, so the Most High remembers, man. All right, now, unlike his thoughts are not our thoughts. All right, as the scripture says, I think it's like Isaiah 55. But hey, the Most High is gonna require the track record of Esau, man, from the time of Jacob and Esau all the way down to 2022, man. And there's a lot of stuff that we don't even know about. That's what our people don't understand. I mean, you ask Jacob about this derbies dose, man, they'll be like, well, you know, it was in the past. No, Esau got to pay for this stuff, man. Okay, he's gonna have to build up the kingdom of heaven, and he's gonna have to get destroyed. I got another scripture. This is Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So all this stuff is basically the Lord created this nigga to just build the pride up in this devil and to destroy him at the last end, man. All right, World War III, and the elites that are going to survive this thing, this destruction, they're going to be going head first into slavery, man. So the Lord is just building the pride, building the track record up at this devil. And he, you know, like I said, he thinks that he's going to, like it says in Psalms 49 and 11, man, that they're going to continue forever. They're going to continue to build. You go outside here in America, even during the midst of a pandemic, inflation, all types of economic problems, this nigga's still building subdivisions and businesses, man. That's the pride of this devil, man. So, hey, the Most High is going to require his past track record. They do the same thing to Jake. They want to give Jake football numbers for the most littlest crimes. Hey, the Lord is going to throw football, man, not even football numbers, football, baseball, basketball, and hockey numbers on this devil, man. All right. You got it, bro.
Okay. I got a quick one. This is Obadiah 1 and 18. No, I'm going to start at verse 17. No, I'm going to start at verse 17, verse 15. Salakia. I'm going to start at verse 15, bro, because there's a lot of meaning here. This is Obadiah 1 and 15. It says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. You hear that? As it's coming. And it says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. What did you do? How did you treat us? Right? When you had the power to do right by us, what did you do? Right? Think about that. It says, and they shall be as though, I'm sorry. It says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So all of the things you've done is going to return back onto you. Okay? And as the scripture said, reward to her double. This is why you get that 1,000-year sentence and ultimately eradication. Because didn't you enslave us? Yeah, you did enslave us. Didn't you put our people to death? Yeah, you did put our people to death. Haven't you done it continuously? There's been more abortions in the so-called black community in the last 30 years almost than people have been born in the so-called black Latino communities. You ain't got to believe me. You can look up statistics because that Esau keeps track and record of how many of us he done killed. You know what I'm saying? As like a badge of honor, you know? So you can look that up. So didn't he genocide our people? Well, so if you genocide hundreds of millions of our people, right? When we get to, you ain't gonna have enough people to genocide 100 million of your hundreds of millions of your people when we get to the kingdom, because there ain't gonna be that many of y'all left, and we gonna control y'all numbers. We gonna make sure y'all don't breed out of control. You know what I'm saying? And it says, but upon Mount Zion shall be delivered, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Yeah, it'll be holiness, man. All right, this place is wicked. They say in God we trust. That's why we call this man the devil, because everything that he says is adverse to the Bible, man. It's adverse to the Holy Bible, man. Mm-hmm. You got it, bro.
He'll sit there and put his hand on the Bible just to back the brother up and then lie. He'll put the 10 commandments on the doors to the church and not use not one commandment. Then he want to sit there and say, you know, Ronald Reagan said this is a Christian nation. First of all, y'all ain't Christians. But secondly, the book that you're using is supposedly the guideline on how to govern the nation, and you're not governing that way. That's why the Lord said, what do you have to do with me, seeing that you throw my words behind you? Mm-hmm. You know? So, continuing on in verse 18, it says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall be not any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. Why would you want something like that to continue to exist? You know, I've say for instance, you got a dog, right? And every time you reach out to feed this dog, you know what I'm saying? And you pulling your hand back, or you reach out to pet the dog and he bites you every fucking time you want to pet him. And then every time you tell him to do something, you know, get off the couch, he look at you like, grr, grr, you know. Are you going to keep that dog? You got little babies running around. You can keep his ass around, knowing that you done tried everything and you can't break this dude. So you're going to keep this dangerous animal in your house, around your children, around your wife, until one day the dog just flips and you come home and this has happened. And somebody dead. The dog done put somebody to death. You see? So we're going to bring that back into the kingdom? That spirit? We're going to let that flourish? No. That spirit is not going to come back in the kingdom. After this devil is done serving his sentence, he's not coming back no more. That's it for him. That spirit has to get put out of the world forever. We never want the world to go back into this condition again. You know? Never. There have been a time where you can eat an apple and be full all day. One apple, because it's so nutrient dense. Now everything is so defiled. You'll be eating all day trying to get full because everything is so messed up because there's no nutrients in nothing. And then he's genetically modified everything, right? So now the food ain't even what the Lord created it to begin with. So I'm going to continue on. Verse 19, it says, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain of the Philistines, which is the Israelites, they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of the host of children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem was which is in Shepharid shall possess the cities of the south. So, and it says, and a savior shall come up out of the mount of Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdoms shall be the Lord's. So that's pretty much the end game for Esau.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you have, everything that you own, everything that you are is going to be possessed by the Israelites, and you're going to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you did to us. You got it out.
All right, this is Job 20:4. There's a few verses in here. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite before a moment." So the scripture talks in Revelation 20 that he'll be loose for a little season. Like I think it's like Revelation 20. He'll be let loose for a little season to deceive the nations. And he's doing his job right now. He's just doing what the Most High commanded him to do. Continuing on, it says, "Though his excellently mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he?" Verse 8, "He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night." Verse 9, "The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him." And who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. You can go to Malachi, the 1st chapter, verses 1-4. It says the triumphing of the wicked is short. So this beast system that you see, hey, it's coming to an end. You know, they're beefing with each other now. You can only imagine right now these elites beefing with each other. Man, we should have brought out the MOTB in 2007. No, 2009. No, fuck you, man. No, that we're gonna do it like this. You can just imagine the division going on amongst Esau. The EU is breaking before. The EU is breaking before us. All right, more countries going to start getting away from the EU. More countries going to start denouncing NATO, and that's going to lead up until the scriptures being fulfilled about the UK going against the United States. All these places that were confederate with them, I think that's in Obadiah. They're going to turn against them. So this is only the beginning of Esau. But later on in the kingdom, there's not going to be any more Esau. This is going to be like, we're going to have to use a Urim and a Thummim to show, you know, our children, Lord willing, in the kingdom, who this man was. You know, this is how we was living in 2022. You know, living in apartments and shit, and you know, living close to each other in houses, and we had to drink bottled water, and we had to drink out of plastic cups, and you know, there's all this other madness, man. So it's gonna be no more of him, man. It's gonna be like a dream. It's gonna be like a bad dream. This is a bad dream that we're in right now.
Yeah, and real quick, bro, you can go on TikTok, right? And I would pull it up, but you got people. There is this thing that looks like a planet, and you know it's not Photoshop because the guy, he zoomed in on it on his phone and was holding that shit very still, and he said, "Look at that! It's shining very bright. It's in our atmosphere. It looks like it's hovering over the Earth, and it is absolutely huge, and it's not a planet." Well, then what is it then? And me personally speaking as a man, you had the angels of the Lord. They ready. They ready. They sitting back and they ready for Yahweh to give that call and say, "All right, it's time." You know what I'm saying? And we're close. We are very, very close. We're at the door, you know? And this devil knows this shit. That's why he's pushing his agenda so hard. He got to get so many people on board, you know? But it's about to go down. And this devil knows it. That's why he's putting, you know, they got National Guard. He said they're sending the National Guard to help people out because of, you know, food shortages and shortages and people that are able to serve you, like, you know, first responders and shit. So we got to send the military. But you hear of potential invasion that's about to happen from other countries, a potential invasion, and they're taking. They already got a huge fence around the White House, and what they're doing is they're building a wall around the White House. Well, why? Either two things are about to happen. There's about to be a major civil unrest, and y'all trying to keep people out, or hey, America about to be invaded. You know what I'm saying? So something is about to go down because this shit has been going on for too long, and it's time for it to come to an end. You know, and Esau knows that his time is short because. I'm gonna grab this precept real quick unless you got something.
No, I don't have anything. But yeah, we're witnessing the end of Esau. So we just got to hang tight and endure, and sit back and pop some popcorn and watch this man fall, man. And it's beautiful to see this man fall, man.
For real. This is Job 14:5. It says, "Seeing that his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." Yep. So Esau is getting to a point, or at the point, to where he can't go any further in his rulership. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the elite are bugging out. That's why they're forcing it. They never moved this fast before, but they're forcing everything down your throat because they know that something big is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, the elder Yashuamba did a video not too long ago when they said they used the Higgs bison, the God particle, and in Switzerland, the Hadron Collider that was colliding the particles together to try to open up a portal to another dimension, because they know they can't get out of here. They can't get out of this this system. You know what I'm saying? They know that, so they're trying to find another ways to get out of here. And they opened up a portal, and then they heard a message throughout the portal that said "Tikal," and when you go into the Hebrew, it means you are found deficient. And that was the same thing with the Nebuchadnezzar that it happened to, where the hand wrote on the wall and told him that this is going to be the end of his rulership. You know what I'm saying? And he died that very day. Same shit about to happen to Esau. That's why the scriptures, because the Lord don't play no games when it's time to put that belt on your ass, man. Mm-hmm. He told him that I believe it was Nebuchadnezzar. He told him that he was going to die in one day. He died that day. He's telling Babylon, you're going to be destroyed in 1 hour. You will be destroyed in 1 hour, 1 literal hour, 1 hour in this realm. Because once, because the scriptures talk about how a day to the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. So when the Lord is in the heavenly realm, an hour is much longer. An hour is 42 years. You see what I'm saying? But when the Lord comes into this realm, time is prospectively just like it passes for him as it does for us when he's in this realm. So when he puts that fire down, it's going to be a literal hour of destruction, because he's no longer in the heavenly realm. He's in the terrestrial plane. Okay? Hey. I'm doing a lesson. Go ahead and get out. What I just tell you. All right. So the Lord ain't gonna be playing with you even when he comes back to destroy this place. Mm-hmm. All right. And you're gonna get your comeuppance. Every stroke that you laid upon us, you're gonna get double. But you got it, I can we can close out whatever you got.
Oh, what you quoted, man. I'm gonna read this Daniel 5:25. It says, "And this is the writing that was written, many tekel upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Many God have numbered that kingdom and finished it." And that's what the Lord is doing to Esau right now, man. All right, he's finishing up this kingdom. All right, the days of this man is numbered, as we went in a couple of scriptures about this man's time is numbered. When you look at an hourglass, you get them little last specks, man, coming out the hourglass. That's Esau's kingdom. It's just little few specks that's coming out, and we just sit here patiently waiting for this man's kingdom to be numbered and finished. And that's basically it, man.
Man, that day is happening. All prophecies are on the table right now. Mm-hmm. All of the ending prophecies are on the table. We got the wars and rumors of wars. The uproars of the people are happening. Food shortages, which means the famine is coming. Armies are riling up. We got all the armies coming up in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's happening right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, and then guess what else is on the table? The ultimate prophecy, the chip. That's also on the table. You see what I'm saying? So this devil is done, man. He's through. He ain't getting out of this one. He can soothsay and call upon all the spirits on the left-hand side he wants to. You're not getting out of this one, devil. All right? Your days are numbered, and soon you're going to get your comeuppance. All right? And you're not going to get no mercy. But that was all I had.
Hey, that's all I had as well.
All right, so with that, we're going to end it by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostle, great millstone, to the next time, Michael. Shalom.
Shalom.